And the topic of birthright citizenship went before the Supreme Court today, but it came with a twist. The justices weighed in on whether or not lower courts can limit executive orders coming out of the White House.
NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard is here. So, Matt, what stood out to you about this today?
Yeah, Glenn, JC, this was a lengthy session, more than 2 hours, with multiple justices seeming skeptical of the government's argument that lower courts should not make national judgments. A contentious issue coming before the Supreme Court. The 9 justices hearing an emergency request from the Trump administration after lower courts issued national injunctions halting an executive order that would restrict the constitutional right to birthright citizenship.
I think what we have are lower courts making snap judgments on the merits.
The liberal wing of the court pushing back on that framing.
The argument here is that the president is violating an not just one, but by my count, 4 established Supreme Court precedents.
You're going to have individual by individual by individual, and all of those individuals are going to win, and the ones who can't afford to go to court, they're the ones who are going to lose.
Members of the conservative majority also voicing skepticism.
If you win here on this procedural point, it seems very likely that the day after there are going to be suits filed all over the place.
How do you suggest we reach this case on the merits expeditiously?
We think this case is one that cries out for percolation.
Massachusetts Attorney General Andrea Campbell is among those that brought the initial action, reacting to these peripheral arguments.
Nationwide relief is essential, it's important, and if we don't get it, then suddenly we're asking folks on their own to seek relief.
And regardless of what the court decides,
we're going to keep fighting the fight because it's important to protect the rule of law.
Now, an emergency decision could come at any point. The court generally releases the bulk of its decisions at the end of June when their term concludes. In the studio, Matt Pritchard, NBC 10 Boston.